So I'm trying to drive, holding the dimmer switch, trying to shift while driving curvy roads. Lifelong Porsche fan, lifelong 911 is a bucket list car for me, you know. Tyler's doing a video and it's a punked video. So I'm in this video and Tyler buys a 74 911 Carrera from a friend. It's a Hoovie car, right? I mean, it's a project, it's a crazy car. It's a really, really cool car. 74 Carrera, real Carrera with a 930 turbo motor in it. So, and I'm in that video and I play a part in this whole little charade of this 3-car purchase that Tyler does. So somebody sees me in that video and I get an email and he says, "Hey, I saw you in Hoovie's video the other day. I've got a 74 nice Carrera, numbers matching, Porsche certified 74 Carrera. Are you interested?" And I'm kind of going, yeah. I mean, kind of like, you know, like, right. I mean, I'm not the retail buyer for a nice car. Send me a picture, right? Send me a picture. So he sends me a picture of the car and I'm like, holy cow. Guards red, black interior, 50,000 miles on it, ducktail, real deal, holy grail. I mean, you know, the 73, obviously, Carrera RS, I mean, that's the holy grail, but for a tenth of the price, I'll take the 74 Carrera, you know. Bumpers, those impact bumpers look really good to me, you know. I don't need that long hood. Actually, I kind of think the impact bumper cars, I mean, because it's just my era, I think they look better anyway, which I'm sure I'd get all kinds of crazy arguments about that. But nonetheless, he sends me the email. So I text Tyler that night, you know, because, you know, he saw me through Tyler's video and he messaged me. And so I'm kind of like, you know, "Hey, Tyler, look at this. Look," because this is all just happening really fast. And I said, "You see this car?" I had a guy saw me on the video and he just sent me a picture of this 74 Carrera and he's at a reasonable price. I'm going to buy it. And then Tyler's like, "Well, I got the email too." And I'm like, I was deflated. Like that whole night, I was just, you know, it's like, hey, it was generated through his video. I wouldn't have got contacted if it wasn't for him. If, you know, if he decides to buy that car, he's got really the first right of refusal. It's his generated lead, you know? And Tyler and I mean, you know, Tyler is like my best friend. So it's like, I mean, there's never, ever going to be a car come between us, no matter what kind of deal it is, you know, whatever it is. I mean, that's just, cars are secondary, friendship is first. So then Tyler's like, "Well, you know, I don't need the car." He told me, he's like, "Well, I shot him an offer." And I talked to the customer the next morning and I didn't even know Tyler's offer. So we were basically bidding on the car, but honestly, like we weren't even like coercing together. He put in a bid and then I put in a higher bid on the car. And then the seller says, "Okay." Me and my wife, we flew to Nashville, Tennessee, and we flew there and I looked at the car. The seller was awesome. You know, he described the car. I got there and it was just one of those things where I glanced it over and it was just like, I didn't even really have to just like dig deep. I mean, it's just, when a car's legit and, you know, you can tell. And super cool seller. I only inspected the car for 10, 15 minutes. I didn't even drive the car. I can't believe when my customers buy a car from me without test driving. It actually bothers me. I'm like, go drive the car first, you know? And it bugs me if somebody doesn't test drive it. And here I'm so like starstruck over this car and it drove perfect, right? Which I knew it would. And if it wouldn't have, I'm sure I'd have turned around and we could have talked about it. You know, it wasn't like the guy was going to take my money and run. I am with my wife. We're in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're driving a 74 911 Carrera. And so we took the long way home. We went through Arkansas, drove the pig trail, stayed over in Eureka Springs with a buddy who is a Porsche guru, the guy that holds Porsche Palooza every year in Eureka Springs, a guy named Leonard. He's actually rebuilding Hoovie's engine in a 911 that he has. And so this guy looks over the car because I wanted him to see it on the way back, and he's over the moon with it. And but I love adventures. I love driving. Somebody's like, "Man, that would be a enclosed transport, bubble wrap, you know, car." Nah, give me the keys and let's go. On the way home, I lost the headlights in the middle of the night going through the pig trail in the middle of the night. The dimmer switch going back and forth broke. The only way I had headlights is if I would hold back on the dimmer switch. So I'm trying to drive, holding the dimmer switch, trying to shift while driving curvy roads. So I'm like, this is not working very well. So then I folded up a candy wrapper, super tight, pulled it back, shoved it in there, forced it on high beams, and that worked for a while. I hit a bump, my lights would go out. So then I caught a O'Reilly's and popped the hood and went over to the headlight fuses and just jumped both headlights with the little alligator wires. Got my headlights going. So it's kind of like I have a glitch for the mission, you know. But that's kind of the fun of driving a car back, an adventure. I'll never forget that drive back. Get back with the 911 Carrera. And this thing is just phenomenal. And here's the interesting thing. 930 Turbo was my bucket list 911. And this 74, the normally aspirated, it's an early car. It's super lightweight. I think they're like 2,300 pounds. And what also too about the car is 5,000 miles ago, the engine was completely rebuilt by a Porsche certified race builder. All documented, pictures, engine, transmission, completely rebuilt. You look under the car, it looks brand new. So the car's only got 50,000 miles, brand new engine, brand new transmission. I mean, I'm just like, I'm pinching myself. I literally the whole way back, or just like, can you believe this? And I was totally comfortable. Like, you know, you're driving a car and, you know, you're getting squirmy or whatever. And the seats, it's got the sport seats in it, you know, just all the stuff. In my mind, the 930, that's the end all be all, okay? I just drove this car 800 miles cross country. It's got such great torque. It's got such great throttle response. It's so lightweight. It's such a pure 911, you know? And it's just such a great car. So literally, if you presented me now a 930 Turbo and my Carrera in equal condition, I don't know that I would take the 930. That Carrera is a special car.
We'd like to thank Auto Tempest for now their 4th year of supporting VINwiki and for their ongoing support of Car Trek. Auto Tempest is the most powerful way to shop for your next car. They allow you to shop through all the major listing sites at the same time. You enter in your criteria once and it shows you everything. They even allow you to search nationally amongst Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, which you can't do on their own sites. Also, if you're looking for things that aren't cars, use their site Search Tempest. In the same way, you can nationally search for collectibles and electronics and anything else that you want to buy. It makes it a whole lot easier, and it's helped me out a whole lot. Check out the recently released Car Trek 8 and thank Auto Tempest for their ongoing support of VINwiki by looking for your next car at the link in the description below.